Hey everybody, welcome to our adventure our way. I'm Tom. Chrissie's around taking care of some other things, but today we're going to get out on the ice and we're going to check how thick it is. I've got a few things here that we're going to take out with us so that we can make sure that we're being safe, and two, we know what we're going to be looking at when we get out there. So let's get through the items. First thing, getting out on the ice, got to make sure that you're wearing a life jacket. At the very least, a life jacket. A snowmobile float suit was probably ideal, but life jacket is an absolute must. A plan also, should you end up landing in the ice, going through the ice, and landing in the water, a plan to get you out is also necessary, and to potentially deal with the hypothermia you may have if you do land in there. So, going through all the things. First thing, for safety reasons, I've got my life jacket, and I've also got a rope with a loop tied on it, ready to go. It's going to be sitting on the shore, ready for anybody that's at the house here that will be able to grab it as they come out and throw me the loop so that I can tie it around, or loop it around myself, and then get up and pull out onto the ice and then start clambering my way in to start warming up or go get some treatment. So let's get that part. All right. Another thing I've got for safety reasons on is I've got a pair of snowshoes on. They're just great to spread out your weight as you're going around and just give you a little bit of traction, because you will be shoveling off the little bit of snow. Because we have the snow, got myself a nice little shovel here. I have a gas-powered auger. And then I've got a little measuring stick here that I screwed a piece of wood on the bottom that I can just hook on the underside of the ice, and then wherever the ice ends up sitting on the measure gives me the thickness, and that'll tell us whether or not I'm in a safe enough zone or not. One thing to always remember is that you can never fully trust ice, so always keep that in mind while you're out there. So check your regulations in your area, or at least recommendations in your area. For the area that we're in, it's 4 inches minimum to be able to walk and do ice fishing, 5 to 6 for snowmobile, and then it just gets larger and larger depending on the vehicle that you need to, if you need to bring it out there. So now we got that set up, let's get out there. All right, well, there's Chrissy. She's on emergency duty. She knows where the rope is and what to do should something go wrong. Always got to have a plan. This is not a safe thing to do, but if you want to go have some fun out on the ice, you got to make sure. So we're going to check relatively close to the shore first, because that's where I know I can touch. So it's the best thing you can do is always make sure that you know the lake, where the depths are for the most part, so that you know that when you step onto the ice, you only go out as far as you can touch to check for your first spot. So let's get to it. Perfect, that's all I do. Check through the hole. 7.5. Almost 8 actually. Okay, so I'm at another spot here. I'm saying probably about 30 feet or so from the other one. Knowing the lake, I know that I can still touch where I'm at. You know, after I get another hole in here, I will personally, just myself, everybody has their own preferences, I will feel comfortable stepping out a little further, providing here is at least, I'd say, 6 inches. So let's Welcome to real life. I've got an old ice auger. I just ripped the handle off, the pull cord off, so I guess we're going to be doing this the old-fashioned way. I'll be back. Alright. Well, I'm back. Like I said, we're going old-fashioned way. I got two just ice chisels here. Got a nice wide one and a small one. So, don't worry, I'll time-lapse it. But, yeah, this is not going to be nearly as fun as the auger. All right, so I got a situation here where, depending on the side, you're gonna get a different reading. One side over here is reading out 4 inches. The other side is reading out 6. So that also. All right, so let's go with a general consensus. We're looking at 6 inches there, 6 inches there, and 6 inches there. All right. Now we got a little bit of a possibility. As I was chipping through, because it's not the auger generally goes through relatively clean, I may have just busted a chunk off the bottom. So I'm still pretty comfortable with this. It's reading out 6 inches. 4 is really the limit. So let's go a little further and we'll give one more spot. I will say we have had some snowmobiles already out on the lake. Now the only concern I've got is, do they check the thickness? You don't know. So can't always trust the fact someone else is willing to be out there. So get it there, give it a check. Better safe than sorry. Nobody wants to end up in the water. Okay. Let's give it a check. Oh yeah, 6 inches. Water level isn't really coming up much higher than the actual ice itself. So that's really kind of what I'm going by. And we're like right at 6. So it's not bad. I always try to operate that margin of error. So I'd probably give it another couple of weeks. We got a really bitter cold day coming. So I'd probably give it another week. And then I'd probably feel more comfortable coming out. But in terms of the comfort level, I'm fine walking out here. It's snowmobile, and that's the big one that I'm a little bit concerned about. You got a much heavier load that the ice has to carry, so it's generally better to make sure that you've got that little bit of a margin of error to work with, because the ice is never completely flat on the bottom. It's always wavy and pitted on the underside, so it's always better to be safe. Well, that's it. I'm gonna get to shore, and we're gonna get on with the day. We're all packed up. We're gonna turn around, head back to shore. Alright. So, that last hole there, I know that at that distance from shore, I cannot touch. So, it's always good to know, because if you can touch, you may be lucky enough to be able to clamber back out of the hole that you create if you fall in. So that's why I always start to punch a few holes in just to see what it's like before I get right out there. Because any cold water, it's not fun. Especially if you don't have any hot water to hop into. So I'm pretty comfortable with what I want to do out here. Maybe do some ice fishing, but I'll tackle that pull cord in another video. Alright. Okay, so we're safely back on shore, and we're ready to go. I'll say it, I'm cooking with this life jacket on. I gotta lose that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next one.